Hey up, chatter gang. Welcome to Friday night's chat.
Tonight is the 8th of September 2023.
And you, Tim, you want to talk about clothing for men over 50, don't you?
I do, and you're going to be telling us about a little trauma you had on your hairdressing course this week, aren't you, Colin?
I am.
Because he's Colin.
He's Tim.
And together we are the Chatter Guys. But before that, we want to talk about the videos that we put out this week.
Oh, we do.
First of all, Hull gay scene.
Yes, Hull gay scene. So we didn't quite
gel with Hull.
We didn't quite
not
gel
the gay
with
scene.
Not the gay scene, and we left quite a bit out what we'd really wanted to say on that video, didn't we?
We did.
We didn't like Hull really.
Not really.
We found the pubs fleeced us on two occasions.
The two main ones did, and then there were those other three that were perfectly fine.
Yeah, Monroe's.
It just
Monroe's
spoiled
were perfect.
Monroe's and Unit
49.
49, I always get the number wrong.
And Savile Row Cafe Bar.
Brilliant. So if you're going to the Hull on a gay night out, go to those three. Yeah. Don't bother with the two main ones.
No.
That's what we say.
Yeah.
But the people in Hull, absolutely lovely, weren't they?
They were.
They were. we got on with them.
Sometimes they were too friendly, Tim.
Yes. Yeah, that was only those two that were a little bit over friendly with us.
Let's just say we got propositioned in Unit 49. We'd literally not even set foot in. We'd not even got
our drinks.
Shoes in the bar, had we?
Yeah.
And two guys come over and said, "Do you want to come on with us?" No chat up, no build up, no can we buy you a drink, no can we buy you a scone, no can we take you for a dance. Do you want to come on with us?
None of that. Yeah. But apart from those two...
We politely said no. We said we don't. We've only just come out. And then they were like, "Oh, well, do you want to come with us in next bar for a drink?" And we were like, "No."
No, not really. But apart from those two, we met some lovely people.
We did.
Didn't we?
We did. We met a member of the Chatter Gang in the propaganda bar.
We did.
On Pride Day.
Yeah, she was lovely.
Yes, she was.
And we can't remember her name,
No, and we met a nice gentleman the night before in propaganda as well.
Yeah, we had a good complaint with him about
Rotherham.
the beer.
Yeah, he was from Rotherham.
Yeah.
Can't remember the chap's
we were
name
moaning
now.
about he wasn't the Chatter Gang though, was he?
No,
he didn't know we were Chatter Gang. Can you believe it?
No. We bumped into the organiser of Barnsley Pride and had a nice chat with him on the parade.
Yeah, we did.
So overall, Hull people were friendly. It's just the two main bars, which was the Star and Propaganda, established gay bars. One, they charged a fortune to get in. The Star charged £5 on Pride, which, as you can expect, a little bit of a door charge, but £5 is a bit too much. They charged us £5 when we went in at near enough 11 o'clock. There was no entertainment on.
Well, that's they put the charge on because it was entertainment, but by the time that we went, it had all finished.
Yeah.
So there shouldn't have been a charge on then.
And also I checked his drinks prices as well because we weren't too sure, and I thought we had been charged extra, but I did check us banking app last week, and I did see, but they were charging more on Pride night than what they were charging on Friday.
It just left a sour taste, really.
Yeah.
So. The bars, those two bars in Hull, they kind of spoiled.
The other thing as well, there were a lot of people smoking vapes as well in the bars, what were putting us off as well, weren't there?
Yes, and do you know what? Since then, I've noticed other people doing it in other bars as well.
Right.
Not to that extent in Hull. And today, I was in Home Bargains and there was somebody vaping.
Wow.
In Home Bargains.
Wow. Perhaps, but then again, I suppose it's not fair on the staff who have to police this. So it's people's responsibility, I think. It's their own responsibility, and people are just not bothered, are they?
I think if you've got security, that security is there to make people behave.
Yeah, security, but some
they don't have security in home. They don't have security in Home Bargains.
No.
But in the bars, I think that should be security that are making people behave themselves.
Yeah.
But the gay scene aside, we had a lovely meal at Gusto da Gianni.
Oh, we did. It was the lovely Italian. Now, Tim googled the best restaurants in Hull to go to, and it directed to this one in the city centre. Yeah. And so we put Google Maps on, and we just thought it were taking us on a different we didn't quite know where the hotel was situated in town centre, and it was going in different loops, and I thought, oh, it can't be right, that it can't possibly be right. But we're literally walking for 20 minutes away from the hotel.
Longer than that. It was easily half an hour, maybe 35 minutes, and it was right out of the city centre.
Yeah. And the housing estates that we were walking past, it was first of all, it was resembling Coronation Street, where it was back-to-back houses.
Yeah,
and
just streets and streets, and quite deprived.
It was. There was telegraph poles and people's shoes were on the telegraph lines, weren't there?
Why do people do that? Why do you throw your trainers over?
I'm not sure.
Then
we were walking through some parks, what felt like...
They were lovely, those parks. They were really nice.
It didn't feel safe though, did it?
Not really.
No. And then we come to this area what resembled Brookside then.
It did a bit more modern, but still,
Still rough and ready.
And the street that it was on was just like an ordinary shopping street that you'd see in any small town, really. It was just like the regular independent shops, but the restaurant was lovely, wasn't it?
It did have a proper Italian feel when you got into it. It had a proper Italian decor inside, and the staff. Well,
staff were nicely dressed, really formal, a bit too formal for me at the beginning, but you asked the guy about his coffee machine, because you just had hearts in your eyes when you saw that.
Yeah, I don't know if you've had a chance to have a look at that video yet, but if not, Chatty Gang, please do and have a look at that coffee machine, because it was really unusual. You had to pull it down with the handles to draw the coffee, and it just looked... I was in love with that machine. Yeah,
Colin had to get up and ask for a specific demonstration, which he filmed, and that's what we put in the video. But overall, the food was delicious. They made a point of saying you'll get it when it's ready, because we cook everything to order, and they did, and it certainly made a difference, didn't it? It was really
the
nice.
bruschetta that I had were just unbelievable. It was really, really nice. And the I can't think what I had now. I had the
something arrabbiata, penny arrabbiata. Yeah,
that's right. And then the ingredients, what was in that, and especially the chorizo. It was so nice.
But Colin, what I want to know, and I'm sure the Chattergang want to know, is how was your cup of coffee at the end?
It was lovely. It was a really nice blended cup of coffee. It was really nice. You could tell it had definitely come from a really good machine.
Very good. So what videos have we got coming out this week?
We've got something totally different coming up this week.
Totally different.
Totally different. We're not quite sure whether this is gonna go it's gonna bomb, or it's gonna go into the space.
It's gonna go into the stratosphere, or it's gonna bomb.
Yeah. So first of all, on Sunday we've got our gym workout.
Yep, we are regular gym bunnies. We go at least twice a week. We try to go 3 times a week, but commitments with filming and stuff we don't always manage it on the weekend. And we're not experts, so don't think you're going to get any expert advice, but we'll just show you what we do.
We do put a disclaimer at the end of it, because as Tim says, we're not experts in health and fitness, but I wanted to do this because I was always put off from going into the gym, from being at school and not liking sports. And then when I met Tim and Tim asked me if I did want to go to the gym, I'm like, no. And then the more I thought about it, I thought, well, there's no harm in giving it a try. And when I opened them doors and went in, all them feelings of having people thinking they were going to be watching and thinking I was going to not know what I was going to be doing, since that first day, I love it now. I absolutely love it. So
you're keener than me about going.
I am. So if I could inspire anybody else who might have been thinking about going to the gym but always been put off, then I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and if anybody does know what they're doing in the gym and they've seen the video and you think there's anything we can be doing better, please let us know.
Yes, do.
Because we're all about improving.
We are.
In that respect. But then on the other hand, it's not all roses, is it, at the gym?
No, and we're going to point that out in our next video on Thursday, which is
annoying gym habits.
It is.
I'm really looking forward to this, because some of the stuff that goes on in the gym you would not believe.
Yeah, I think this is going to reincide more with our subscribers about stuff that goes on.
It's more our general stuff that we do. But there's one thing that's not in the video, isn't there? Because you were at the gym on Thursday. I couldn't go this week. on Thursday, but you went and there was a fight broke out in the showers or something.
Oh yeah, this is not going to quite make this video, but I was coming out, I'd just come out of the showers and I was getting ready to go home. And at this point, I'd not got my hearing aids in because I'd left them in the car, so I couldn't quite hear this conversation going off between two lads next to the lockers. But they was talking about something kicking off, and then all of a sudden, this argument started getting louder and louder and louder. Clearly, it was coming from either the showers or the sauna. And two guys were going at it like there were no tomorrow. And I'm like, get me out of here, get me out of here.
Yeah, if I'd have been there, I'd have been, I'll just have a look around and see what's going on. I probably would have filmed it for you, chat again.
Oh no, I couldn't wait to get out. I thought, oh, there might be big beef with lads of these. I'm not getting involved in this. I think as I've turned 50, I'm kind of a bit mellowing because I'm pretty certain a few years back I'd have been like...
Yeah, so that brings us to what we've been up to this week.
Oh,
and,
yes.
You were 50 last Thursday, but
Yes.
you had your party on Saturday, didn't you, Colin?
I did. It was a lovely party. We had a meal with family and friends in town centre.
Yeah, in Gusto in Leeds.
Yes, in Gusto's in Leeds.
Have we done a review of Gusto's?
We was going to do, but if you remember, it was on a Monday night and it was 50% off and it was really busy.
Yeah.
And we were waiting quite a while for the pizza and
Yes.
we didn't want to put that in the video because we knew that it was half price.
We didn't think it was fair because it was so busy and the staff were running around like blue arse flies, weren't they? And we did wait a long time. But it wasn't anybody's fault, really.
No,
it was just that it was so packed out. So we didn't do a review in the end.
However, I wish we'd have been able to do a review this time around because the meal was just knockout. Absolutely
It was.
knockout.
I always worry. I've organised quite a few meals and if you've got a large group, it's usually basic what you get. And I understand that because if you've got a group of 20 to 30 people and to get all those meals out all at one time, it's a big ask, but this meal, it was just spot on. Everything was really, really nice. We did order in advance, which is, I get that you need to do that when you've got a big party.
Yeah.
And it was quite a limited menu, but it was all lovely what that was on there, wasn't it?
When I first looked at the menu, I thought, there's nothing really I like. There's nothing really what's tickling my taste buds on this menu, and I was struggling. I made my choices the best I could, but oh my God, the quality and the taste what we got from them 3 courses that we had were just unbelievable. And to say there was how many in total? 23, I think. There were 20. We think there were 23, but from serving the first person to serving the last person were literally 5-10 minutes.
Oh yeah,
most.
everybody's dinner came out at once. There wasn't anybody waiting about who didn't get the start on time or anything.
No.
For example, like you were saying, those things that didn't really appeal to you. The main course that I chose was chicken breast, and you think that's a bit boring. But it was so nice, wasn't it? So tender, really flavoursome, and the veg that they'd done with it, it was like a work of art.
It was only
so
really
lovely.
small portions, because I said to a friend who was sat outside of me, do you think they're going to come out with some another plate of veg? And he said, no, I think that's what you've got. But oh my God, it was enough.
It was
enough.
It was. Yeah,
so that was the meal, and then afterwards we went to a couple of bars in town, and then we went down to the last bar for 8 o'clock, which was Blades Bar, which we've done a review in our gay guide.
One of our favourite bars in Leeds, isn't it?
Blades. Yeah. And we'd hired out the upstairs room for more of our friends to meet up with us, and we'd hired it from 8 o'clock, and by 9 o'clock it was pretty full in there, weren't it?
It was. In fact, I think there were more people at our party than there were in the bar downstairs. Yeah. And I'd just like to say at this point, I'd like to give a shout out to Simon at Blades Bar because
definitely.
He organised everything. It was absolutely lovely. Really looked after us. Charged us a really great price for the room. So Simon, if you're listening, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
He did look after the music as well for us, because he said to us, we did ask if I could put some music on my phone and bring it down, but the music that was on my phone, it was streaming, and it weren't set up on the DJ set for that, and I knew it wouldn't be, so there was no surprises there. But Simon did let us plug into the music and DJ downstairs, and he put some really good music on, didn't he?
It was Mama Bear.
It did, it was.
Down there.
It was. So that was really nice surprise for that. Everybody was enjoying it. There was really good atmosphere upstairs. There was some dancing involved, and there was plenty of shots that was drunk as well. Thank you for that. Not.
How did you feel the day after, Colin?
Absolutely rough as a dog. I couldn't move until about 2 o'clock. I was dead, and I was dead in bed. So yeah, thank you for that, Ben.
Yeah, Ben. Thank you very much.
All your fault, Ben.
I was fine. I don't get hangovers, but Colin was rough as I think that's the roughest I've ever seen you. So a good birthday, I think.
It was a really good birthday. We ended up in New Penny, discoing until, I can't remember when. Some work friends come down with us, so it was a really good atmosphere in there. So I don't know what time we left, but anyway, it was a good night, all in all. Great birthday. And thank you as well. I must say thank you to everybody on the channel who's wished me a happy birthday as well. It's much appreciated. Thank you.
So, but not everything's gone well for you this week, has it, Colin? You've had a little accident on your hairdressing course.
Okay, so I started a part-time hairdressing course about 2 months ago, and up to now I've been working on a doll's head upstairs in the training salon. And on Thursday I was doing my shampooing and conditioning assessment theory at work. And as part of this, the tutors, unsurprisingly to me, asked me to go downstairs and shampoo a client's hair. So the tutor took me down, and she started shampooing the client's hair. Then I had to go shampooing, and then I conditioned the shampoo. That was fine. Half an hour later, got another phone call to go downstairs with another client. Once again, the tutor showed me, I did it. That was fine. And then the next one, it was another tutor that asked me to come down. But this time, I was left to my own devices, and I got the girl sat down on the chair. I couldn't get a pinny on for a start. That were all wrong.
You put a gown on back to front.
Put a gown on back to front, yeah. And then
Easy done.
I forgot at the last minute that I needed to put a towel on her head, so I was getting all flustered with that. But it was fine then. I got her in the sink, and I had back in the sink, and I was chatting away to her like there were no tomorrow. And then all of a sudden,
did you ask her about her holidays?
Yeah, we got talking about holidays, and she said, I've never been abroad. And I'm looking at her thinking, this is strange. This is an oldish girl, and it really flukes me. And as soon as I mentioned Benidorm, I got into a world of my own. Got so distracted, but I was holding the shower head. All of a sudden that dropped, and then because I didn't want it to drop on the client, I grabbed hold of it and twisted it around, but then in doing so I showered myself from head to toe with water in the saloon, full of customers, full of all the other students. I was absolutely mortified, and I was just looking around thinking, please don't let anybody see this. But I was so wet through, you could tell my clothes were just completely wet. And then the receptionist started looking over her, and I could see she was laughing. That set me off laughing. But I just looked down at the client and said, are you okay, my love? Are you wet? She went, no, I'm fine. Then she started laughing. So everybody started laughing then. So my tutor come over who were assessing me, and I said, I'm ever so sorry. I said, I'm really, really sorry. I said, the good thing is I hadn't wet the client. And she went, oh, listen, Colin, we've all been there. We've all done that. Don't worry about it. But I was absolutely mortified.
So the moral of the story is, if Colin does your hair, just go for a dry cut. No water to be involved.
I'm not gonna do that again. So that was my traumatic week.
I wanted to talk about something that's been concerning me a little bit this week, Colin. When I was getting ready for your 50th birthday party,
yeah,
I had a little bit of trouble coordinating my top with my bottom, and I thought to myself, I really need to get myself a capsule wardrobe. Now, a capsule wardrobe, if you don't know, Chatter Gang, is where you don't have so many clothes, but everything matches everything else. So you can wear whatever top you've got, and you can wear it with whatever trousers you've got. You put a bit of thought into it, so you pick the tones and the colours and the fabrics and things. And so I thought, I'm going to do that because I've got plenty of clothes, but I couldn't find anything that I was quite happy with that went together. So I went on YouTube and I had a look at some videos for fashion advice for men over 50. And oh my God, the ageism was just so annoying. The advice that they were giving for older men to dress, they were saying things like, don't wear anything that a young man would wear.
Wow.
So don't wear a leather jacket, wear a suede jacket. And I'm like,
what?
Why not? You're allowed to wear trainers, but they must be toned down trainers. Nothing with any big emblems on or too fancy, but nice and plain.
Oh my Lord.
And I was just like,
oh my Lord.
T-shirts, you can wear a T-shirt, but it needs to be in a muted colour and ideally no logos on it, or at least got to be a little. And I'm like, they're just trying to make older men look invisible.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
so much
just
ageism, it's unbelievable.
I was really quite upset about it. So, and I'm just thinking, nuts to that. I'm going to wear what I want to wear.
Good.
I mean, good that it all. I'd still want it all to match, but I am not following that fashion advice. And you nailed it there. It's ageist.
Yeah.
It's trying to make older men look boring, pastel, fade into the background. I'm not having it.
Can I ask you though, Tim, will you be wearing skinny jeans?
No, but the reason why, and the thing is, like, up until recently, you've worn skinny jeans and you look really nice in them, but they're not really fashion anymore, are they?
No, they're not.
So you stop wearing them for that reason. You look fine in them. The reason that I don't like wearing skinny jeans, I don't find them comfortable.
No, they're not.
I don't like them. I don't enjoy wearing them.
Especially when you have to walk up steps.
And I find as well, like, I know this doesn't happen with you, but it used to happen with me. They ride up my legs and I have to keep pulling them down. It looks like they're too short for me.
So what about wearing no socks and rolled up trousers or jeans?
It's not a look that I like, really.
I never like that look. But it's a young person's look, though, I think.
Well, no socks is. You told me that's going out of fashion now.
Yeah.
I'm not against bare ankles, and I would go bare ankles if I wanted to. The thing is, you know those invisible socks that you wear, they always come off the heels, don't they? And they'd fall down. So no, I'm good for comfort every time. So that's my thoughts on fashion for men over 50. You've got some news about Benidorm, haven't you, Colin?
I've got some news about Benidorm. Yes. So in Benidorm, there has been some really freaky weather, which has been happening the first week in September. There's been some howling videos on social media. I feel really sorry for anybody that went out for Pride weekend, although Pride weekend is this weekend, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it has picked up. But there was, they issued weather warnings for orange level storms, and it was bringing 62 miles per hour gales to Spanish resorts. There were some videos that we've watched in Benidorm, and there were hailstones coming down.
Was it Northerners on tour?
Yeah.
And the lady on that, she just showed, it was like not a golf ball, it was like a proper ice cube that you were put in a drink, that size, the hailstones that were coming down. That would really hurt if they hit you, if not knock you out. Yeah,
and the Benidorm enthusiast said as well that the rain that they were having in Benidorm, it was almost like English rain.
Oh, drizzle, she said, wasn't it? Yeah, really heavy drizzle, yeah.
Yeah. So that's been disappointing for Benidorm for September, and we've had the opposite.
Yeah, we've had really lovely weather this week, haven't we? So you've got some other Benidorm news, though, haven't you, Colin?
I have, yeah. Now, this is really concerning for me, especially because...
Well, you're bad enough as it is.
We will be going... We'll chat about this in a bit, but we are going to Benidorm in a couple of weeks. And there's not been a weather warning. There's been a warning about some unusually high sea temperatures, which has been causing the fish to seek alternative sources of food. And the piranha-style fish, not piranhas, I know they're not piranhas, but the piranha-style fish. And some of the criteria that they've been doing is because there's been the heat in the temperature in the water, it's been changing, it's been causing their fish to seek alternative food.
Apparently, the warmer temperature increases the metabolism and they feel hungrier.
Right,
and that's why they're doing it.
But this is what they're targeting. They're targeting over 50s with moles. Now, I'm over 50 now and I've got moles. So I'm really, really freaking out now about whether I can go. You will remember where I was like last year in the sea in July.
Honestly, Chatter Gang, he is traumatised by the thought of fish being in the sea, any sort of fish. But you've not actually told the Chatter Gang what these fish are doing, Colin.
The nibbling bits.
Nibbling your bits.
Yeah, nibbling
so
your bits.
Any moles or warts or anything that's like a skin tag or something like that, that's what they're going for.
I'm not having no fish nibbling me. Absolutely not.
Okay. Well, you're wanting to go kayaking. There'll be fish underneath.
I don't mind kayaking. I'll be in the boat. There's no
Well,
fish. There'll be no fish jumping in my
What if you
kayak.
capsize, Colin?
I'll be able to cope with that. Not a problem.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, Tim, is there anything else that you want to catch up on?
Well, I have some good news from Blackpool.
Oh?
Yeah, the owner of Mardi Gras Hotel announced this week that he's buying another hotel on Lord Street.
That's right, yeah.
And they're going to be extending the Mardi Gras bar. Now,
Wow.
Mardi Gras is a brilliant... It's a hotel, but the bar is brilliant. They have entertainment on... I think they have it on actually every single night.
There's more or less something going on every night.
If not, certainly most nights.
Yeah.
And definitely at the weekend. And you would have seen that in our last Blackpool video, what they've got on a Saturday. And it's a great hotel for LGBT plus and allies.
Yes, definitely.
Very friendly for everyone. You get tea girls in there, you get older people, younger people. It's a brilliant atmosphere. And the drinks are reasonably priced, so I'm really pleased that they're doing so well and they're extending into another
Yes,
hotel.
congratulations on that purchase, John and Team Mardi Gras. And I hope all goes well with that. And we will certainly look forward to coming up and checking out the progress on the new bar.
Absolutely.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
But you've got some bad news about Blackpool, haven't you, Colin?
Well, I have. I read not with interest, but I saw it on in the Blackpool News that a boy of 10-year-old was left with serious life-threatening injuries by having an electric shock in the foyer of Tiffany's Hotel.
I didn't realise it was... I know you told me about this earlier. I didn't realise it was life-threatening.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, so...
Now, if you don't know, Chatter Gang, Tiffany's is, it's on the North Shore. It's just where the main drag ends on the North Shore.
Yeah.
So it's where all the hotel, but it's the bright pink hotel. It's massive. I have stayed there years and years ago, and I have to say, was tired then.
That's why it's renowned for being the pink hotel.
Yeah.
Tiffany's.
But you said it's been closed down.
Yeah, well, we'll just have to hope. We'll just have to hope that the young boy recovers from that.
Yeah. So not good at all.
No. So, any more news that you have found out, Tim, or anything else that you'd like to share?
We've got some news for the Chatter Gang about next week's podcast.
We have.
Colin?
Now, we're very excited to let you know that the podcast next week is going to be live. We're going to film it live for you. Now, we're doing this for two reasons. We want to do it. We want to do a few live things. The following week, we're going to be in Benidorm, so we'd really like to do the podcast live from Benidorm. We don't know how that's going to quite work with technicalities of Wi-Fi or whether we've got enough internet on our phone. So we're going to try. We can't promise. However,
we'll do our best.
We'll do our best.
As we always do.
But next week, we're going to aim to go live at 8 o'clock. Whether that works or not, we don't know what buttons we'll be pressing. It's going to be trial and error.
It will. So it goes out on YouTube, doesn't it, at 8 o'clock while we're doing it?
We will be live doing it, yeah.
It's just with you saying recording it live, that made me doubt.
No, sorry,
it will be
live. It will be live as it is.
And people will be able to comment while we're recording it, will they?
I ain't a clue.
We don't really know. Just tune in and see what happens.
Will you please let us know if you can't hear us or... you'll have to work with us with this.
Tell us to shut up. So I think that's everything for this week, Colin.
Yes, we do hope you do like this podcast. If you do, please give us a thumbs up. And if you are new to the channel and don't want to miss out of any of our future episodes, please subscribe because it will cost you
absolutely nought. Thanks for listening, Chatter Gang. We'll catch you live on the next one.
Oh, yes, live. Wow.
Night-night.
Night-night.